Hello, everyone. I just wanted to hop on here real quick. I was kind of going through some of my notes, and I had somebody reach out to me and ask me if I programmed recipes for them, and I have to say that I don't. I don't actually do meal plans. Now, what I do is I do have like a 21-day kind of off the cusp. Give it a try kind of meal plan. But here's my issue with meal plans is that, and trust me, I've done my fair share of meal plans where I've stuck to them and I've had the restrictions of them and I've had my battles with them. But through all of the battles and stuff that I've had to deal with, is like you don't learn how to eat. You don't really like you kind of overdo the food that they have on these plans. So for example, I was when I first went vegan, I had meal plan and it was with spaghetti squash and zucchinis were like the foundation of that. Um they were the main part of that freaking meal plan. And I remember I did it for about 5 or 6 months, and to this day, and this is going back 4.5 years ago, to this day, I still can't eat spaghetti squash. Why? Because I overdid it. Like, annihilated myself with spaghetti squash, and I made it in every meal, and I overdid it. And what I did in that is I kinda did myself a disservice because as much of a jumping platform as a meal plan is, you don't actually learn what foods benefit you. You don't really learn what foods work for you. You don't really learn how to kind of get outside the box and really teach yourself how to make something that tastes great, explore different recipes, and it really limits you. Now, that being said, if you have no idea what the hell you're doing, meal plans are a great place to start. They are a great place to teach you how much food to eat, when to eat, teaches you how to measure your food, and it really does teach you what foods, like as a dietitian or as somebody who's programming your meals. I've done it for a few people myself, but you really have to take this opportunity in while you're doing your meal plans and take advantage of while you're kind of like, so say you have, well, we'll go with the basics, chicken, rice, and broccoli. While you're learning the measurements and how much you should be eating per meal, you can experiment with how to cook that chicken. You can add different spices. You can broil it. You can put it on the barbecue. Maybe you're steaming it. Whatever it is, you learn different ways to make that chicken. Same with your broccoli. Maybe you're grilling it. Maybe you're steaming it. Maybe you're boiling it. Maybe you're frying it. Whatever that looks like. Maybe you're, putting it in the air fryer, whatever. You're just wanting to learn different ways to do it, and you want to add different things to that because you're going to get sick of chicken, rice, and broccoli, and you're not going to want to do anything about it. So when you guys are taking a look at what you guys are kind of putting in your gullet every single day, and you guys are following a meal plan, learn the measurements of the food and get the basics of that. But once you kind of have that part established, you really need to get away from that meal plan because this is why the plans don't last forever because you get really, really sick. Now, I'm a creature of habit. I don't go too far away from what I usually eat, but I do like to have variety, and I want to make sure that I'm allowing myself to have the variety because if I'm not, then I'm really putting myself in a nutrition jail, and I don't want to do that. So you want to take a look at a meal plan. It's got its benefit to someone who's just starting, but if you're more advanced and you've been in the fitness game for a little while now, then you want to make sure that you guys are taking full advantage of, maybe counting macros. So if you're allowed 130 grams of protein, 220 grams of carbs, and 40 or 80 grams of fats, you want to make sure that you're taking a look and that you're playing around with all of this stuff so that you can create new recipes. You can fall in line or in love with different kind of aspects of cooking, and you can find meals that really benefit you, so that you're exploring different things. I can't tell you how many vegan meals I had to throw out because I thought it was going to taste good in my head, but then when we went to eat it, it was not good. So, meal plans, been there, done that. They were a great jumping platform, but remember that you're going to use them just to kickstart your fitness, just to kickstart your calorie count, just to kickstart your macro count. You want to kind of use it for about 3 to 4 weeks. And as you're starting to develop kind of the habit of making sure that you guys are counting your food, maybe you're tracking it on your First Form app and you're making sure that you're really putting things in line when you're eating your food. When you're on a meal plan, like say I give you a 21-day meal plan, and you follow it for 21 days, then what? You gonna repeat the same 21 meals? Like, what if you don't like 10 of them? So now you have 11 meals. And what if those 11 meals you get so sick of after 3 months, right? You're not learning anything. So you want to take the platform and you want to jump off of it. You want to make sure that you're moving the needle forward by doing different things and trying different things while you're staying within your macro range. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, macros are your proteins, carbohydrates, and your fats. And it's an easy math to be able to do that. So yeah, guys, so that's kind of my advice. I had to food for thought today while I was taking my cold shower. Thought this would be a cool idea to talk about because I don't like doing meal plans for people because they never follow them after 2 weeks, because it becomes work, it becomes dedication, and you get really sick and tired of eating the same 4 or 5 meals for more than 2 or 3 weeks. So they are a great platform, but you want to learn how to eat different proteins, especially if you're vegan. You want to learn, maybe tempeh is a good one because it's 16 grams of protein, only like 6 grams of carbs, and it's only got like 2 or 3 grams of fats in it. So you're getting more protein for your buck through tempeh, and then maybe adding that with maybe some, I don't know, whatever. I like to air fry my tofu, and I like to sometimes I'll make like a quote unquote tomato sandwich with it, and I'll, it's you just got to play around with it. As long as you're in your macro range, as long as you're being active, as long as you're drinking your water, you guys are going to be good. Learn how to cook, learn how to combine some recipes, learn how to count your macros. If you have no idea how to count your macros, go get the First Form app. Can I put this in here? Yeah. So it's www. Do I have it hooked up here somewhere? I'll get it all set up for you guys here. So you guys are going to go to the First Form app and you guys are going to download that app. Actually, we're also having an 8-week challenge coming up right away too. And if you want me to be your coach or your advisor, then it's a great way to kind of kickstart that as well. There it is. So go here, guys. It's in the chat. And you guys can start counting your macros and you guys can start being one of the cool kids and just learn how to eat, guys. Because at the end of the day, meal plans are great for a jumping platform. But if at the end of the day, if that's all you guys are going to stick with, you guys are going to fall off of it and you guys are going to say, fuck it. It's just too hard to do anything about it. All right, guys. I have a live Filthy Truth podcast tonight. We are going to be talking about the 8-week challenge. We are going to be talking about why people would rather. They choose to be sick. They choose to be overweight. They choose to deal with the pressures and the illnesses and the hard times of that instead of dealing with the hard times, the pressures, and counting your macros of being fit. So we're actually going to talk about that tonight on the Filthy Truth Behind Wellness. Make sure you guys are heading to www.wham. That's WAM.live, and you guys can watch me live there. All right. We'll talk to you later. Bye for now.